Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my 6th update for my project pan for 2023. So I am doing this in the team project pan style. I am mostly exclusively looking at makeup products for my face. I have one item that is not a makeup item, and I am doing this the same way Haley did it a couple of years ago. I don't think she did it this year, maybe it was last year, where I'm doing like a quarterly project pan. So I'm focusing on a set of items for 3 months, and at the end of 3 months I'm rolling those items out and bringing in new items regardless if I finish those items or not. And we're at the end of a quarter, so there's stuff going to be rolling out, stuff coming in. There are some things that are going to stay. So let's get into it. Starting off with my setting spray. I say this every time. This is not the ABH Dewy setting spray. This is the e.l.f. Dewy setting mist. And we're moving along. We can see on the line here that it's moving down to here. The interesting thing is I'm now at the same point as I was at some point for the ABH spray. So it'll be interesting to see if next month, will I move down this far? I don't think I will, but you never know. This is going fine. I don't love this product. I'm just trying to finish it up and move it on out. It doesn't really do anything for me. So we're just gonna try and finish it out. So last month this was 100.55 grams. It's now 85.83 grams. That's a difference of 14.72 grams. And this item will be staying in the project for next month. And then primer. So I'm working on the Heimish Artless Glow base. Last month was an interesting update. I talked about how I was really fed up with this in Scotland. I was kind of using this as more of an SPF than a primer, but it was still my primer. And it's too emollient. It's too slippery, too greasy. It's not greasy, that's not the right word, but there's just like, it's got too much slip. It's too all over the place for me to wear it as that thick. And now that I've kind of gone back to just using it as a primer and like, you know, I just do like a little dollop and then move it on, like, you know, rub it in all over. I like it because I felt like I was like hating this product, and I'm like, I'd never buy this again. And this past month, I'm like, you know what? I could maybe see myself purchasing this again. Or if I got it again, I wouldn't mind it. I quite like it as just a primer. It's got just a little bit of tack to it, a little bit of smoothness to it. It's definitely not pore filling, a little bit of a glow to it. It's just, it's a nice generic type primer, and it has SPF 50 in it, so you kind of got that bonus from this product. So last month this was 52.52 grams. It's now 47.46 grams, so that's a difference of 5.06. And because this is an SPF product, I am going to continue using this over the summer months. So this is a product that is going to roll into my next quarter as well. Next up is the foundation that I've been working on. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow in 203 Nude Beige. This is like almost done. Unfortunately, like I can't see, there's sort of a line on it, but it's sort of sat there. Like I don't think that line is the line. And I feel like this is getting really close to being done, but at the same point, for the nature of this project and rolling things out and bringing things in, like making it quarterly, I am gonna roll this out. Normally in like a real project pan, or like, I shouldn't say real project pan, this is a real project pan. In previous project pans, I would have kept going with this because I feel like it is getting close. What I'm gonna do is, I am gonna do what Haley did last time as well, and I will bring back items that were like close to being done or that I wanna use again at the end. So my 4th quarter, so it would be end of September, I'm going to try and pick products that were from previous quarters. So there shouldn't be anything new in that quarter. There might be though, but for the most part, it's going to be picking products that I can like probably finish out in those 3 months, or just products that I want to reuse that were in previous quarters. I talked about this. The shade of this is a bit off. I was in the store the other day and I forget who said 202 is definitely more gray toned. There's just a really like limited range in this product in terms of shade, which kind of sucks because I do like the formula of this. Although it's interesting, I was kind of just looking at foundations in the drugstore and like, you know what foundation I do really miss that I would repurchase is I think it's the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. There is like the matte and poreless one. There's also the hydrating one, which I've never tried before, and I kind of want to try that one, but I do really like that matte and poreless foundation. So I don't think I would repurchase this. I feel like there's other foundations that I like over this. I don't love it. I don't love the tone. There's not a whole lot of tone range. Like I'm a little worried that 202 is still not going to work for me. So yeah, as much as I do like this foundation, I don't love it. And again, I want to try other ones. So I'm not sure I would repurchase this one. In a pinch, like if L'Oreal were the only foundations in the store, this probably would be the one that I would pick out of L'Oreal foundations. But anyway, tangent. Next up is the powder that I was using, and this is the Pure Anada, what was it exactly called? Translucent Sheer Matte Foundation Powder. I didn't hit pan. Sorry if I keep going out of focus. I don't know why the camera does not want to focus on me today. Hello, I'm right here. I'm wondering if it's, I need to move the guitars. You'll find out why later. It might be related to getting a foster dog. I didn't have to. I wanted to rearrange some stuff. So I need to figure out a new home for those guitars that I still don't really know how to play. I'm getting there, but it's real slow. Anyway, sidetrack. This is sad that I didn't hit pan on it because this is gonna go. Interestingly enough, it doesn't smell as bad. Like I said, the scent was going off, which was indicating to me that this was going off. And I feel like it was like what was exposed to the air was going off. So now that I've kind of dug deeper into it, it doesn't smell that bad. But because of that smell, I do think, like, I can smell it a little bit, but it's not nearly as strong as it was when I first started using this quarter. But I don't really love this powder, so I'm totally okay with letting it go. I wouldn't repurchase it. It's fine powder. I think if you're like a normal person and don't have like 12 powders, you could definitely buy this and use it. Like, it's a nice powder. But I think there's better out there. But again, if you're looking for, Pure Anada is like a pure, clean type beauty brand. So if that's what you're looking for, it's a Canadian brand. It definitely fits a good niche. I just think there's alternatives. It's an alternative type product. It's not better or worse than other things. It's just an alternative. So last month, this was 82 grams. It's now 81.21 grams. So that's a difference of 0.79 grams. I should mention like what this is sort of rolling out with. I used 2.77 grams of this product over the last 3 months. Next up is my bronzer. It's the Tower 28 Bronzino bronzer in West Coast. The pan on this is getting huge. I haven't taken the pictures yet, the side-by-side, so I will be throwing up the side-by-sides as I'm talking, and this one will definitely show a difference, I'm pretty sure. I am not going to keep this in. I was going to roll this in and bring in another bronzer, but we're going to roll this out. But I feel like this might be one that I will bring back in the last quarter. I like this bronzer. It can be a little much, I feel like sometimes. So what I do, I think I talked about this, is I'll do my foundation, then I'll put the bronzer on, and then I'll put the powder on top. And I feel like that helps blend everything together and make it a little less intense. Because like this does have you can see it in the pan. It's got a bit of a shimmer to it. So it's a bit much for a bronzer at times for every day for me. So last month, this was 37.56 grams. It's now 36.96 grams. That's a difference of 0.6 grams. And in total, over the last 3 months, I used 1.24 grams. Next up is the blush that I was working on, and this is the Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable Melting Blush in Nearly Neutral, and we hit another air bubble pan, and like a multi-air bubble pan, like it's growing. If I use this for a few more days, that air bubble pan in the middle is going to get bigger, and that's not the same air bubble pan that I got earlier. The other hole was kind of a little further up, and as I've moved product around, it's kind of plugged that hole up, and then I've got this like line hole happening in the middle. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if I use this like even 2 more times, that's going to get even bigger. But I am going to roll this out because I feel like I have used it quite a bit. I do have a better relationship with this. When I first got it, I was pretty disappointed with it. I felt like it didn't last. It doesn't last. I'm going to put that out there. It really doesn't last all day. I get maybe like 3-4 hours out of it. I feel like I want to reapply it, well, and I do. Maybe don't reapply this. I generally grab another blush and put a different blush on. Or if I layer this with another blush, it's fine. But on its own, it really just doesn't last on me. But the color is really nice. You can build the color up. I think I talked about what I didn't like when I first got this, was I felt like you could blend it away. And you can blend it away, but you can build it up. Like it isn't totally a lost cause. I just feel like it doesn't have any lasting power for me, which is kind of disappointing. But I do like the color. It's quite nice. So last month, this was 48.84 grams. It's now 40.44 grams. That's a difference of 0.4 grams. And in total, I used almost a gram of product. I used 0.98 grams. Next up is the highlighting powder that I was using. And this is the Kevyn the Celestial Powder in Candlelight. And again, didn't hit pan, and I really thought I did. I feel like there is a giant dip, and I feel like I am so close, and unfortunately, the side-by-side photos, I'll maybe try and take a photo on an angle, because I feel like the side-by-side photos are not going to show the dip properly, and there's definitely a really good dip in this. Like, I feel like I'm so close, but again, we're going to roll this out. I liked this because it was a fairly easy to wear highlight. Like, it's an everyday, totally an everyday highlight. Compared to, I just filmed my Pan That palette, and I'm going to be using the ABH Glow Kit, and those are not natural. Those are not natural highlights. This is definitely a much more natural, everyday type highlight. So last month this was 31.66 grams. It's now 31.49 grams. That's a difference of 0.17 grams. And in total I used 0.51 grams of product over the last 3 months. And I'm just really happy that I've used this because I feel like it's a neglected product in my collection for some reason. I just don't gravitate towards it, maybe because it is kind of boring, but that's not a bad thing. I've had it since January 2019. I think I got this I must have got this in a lucky bag. Next up is an empty, and it's no surprise. This is my eyeliner. It is the Sugar Kohl Eyeliner in 01 Blackout. Last month when I gave the update on this, it was like a nubbin. There was like nothing. Now we really got nothing. There's maybe a little curve, but it's so close to the plastic that it's like stabby in my eyeballs. So we're just gonna finish that. Yeah, I definitely think it's the guitar that's like capturing the attention of the camera. I'm gonna move that right now. Hopefully I have solved that problem. So, eyeliner, we knew it was going to be finished. It's done now. Yay, I have an empty. I actually have the whole makeup empty too, so I'm pretty excited about that. So obviously I will be rolling in another eyeliner, and we did have a very, very small weight difference. Last month this was 4.81 grams. It is now 4.8 grams. That's a difference of 0.01 grams, and in total I used 0.04 grams of this product to finish it up. Next up we have our mascara type products. Well, one's a mascara, one's a primer. So the mascara that I've been using is the Covergirl Exhibitionist Stretch and Strengthen Mascara in Very Black. I like this, and I think I did discover this with my last update, that this was the #1 out of the like mascaras I don't really care for mascaras. And the more I use this, the more I like it, and I do feel like it is very similar to the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, maybe just not as dry and as thick, but it's definitely more of a volumizing type mascara, which is the type of mascara that I like. I'm not ready to let this go, so we're gonna keep it, but it is gonna get rolled out of the project. Something I am ready to say goodbye to, I gave it my all, well, sort of, for 3 months, is the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. I just don't like it. I just don't like the primer. I don't like the whiteness of the primer. I feel like it takes away from the blackness of the mascara. I feel like this one gets really thick. I can make it work, but it's just too much effort. And like, it does look nice. Like, once I like, you know, put it on, I really have to wipe the wand off. I have to get like an extra wand to like make sure I really smooth it through the lashes so it's not clumpy. And then I put the mascara on. Like, it does look nice. It does look nice. I'll give it that. It's too much effort for me to be bothered with. So I'm ready to let this go. So, weight difference on this guy, last month it was 18.5 grams. It's now 18.24 grams. That's a difference of 0.26 grams. And in total over the last 3 months, I used 0.86 grams of this product, which I feel like is a lot. But again, like, I feel like it's like it's a thicker mascara. And I did use it quite a bit over the last 3 months. And then the lash primer was 19.02 grams. It's now 19 grams. That's a difference of 0.02 grams, which is not a whole lot. Because in total, I used 0.21 grams. So yeah, I really kind of gave up, I feel like, in the last little bit. But I gave it a go. But this is definitely going to go out of my collection. Brow products. So I did have 2 brow products in this project. One is a pencil and one is the brow gel. So the pencil is the MacQueen My Strong Auto Eyebrow Pencil. Pencil Hard Powder in Natural Brown. And I like this. The more I use it, the more I like it. I feel like it really does last my brows. I did my brows. It really does not want to focus on me today. It had nothing to do with the guitar. So we're just going to keep going. But I apologize if I go out of focus, because I don't know why. The camera, like, I know when I look away, sometimes it goes out of focus because it's like, oh, there's no face there, even though my face is right here. Look in my eyes, camera. Anyway, I apologize if I go in and out of focus quite a bit on this video because I don't know why the camera's being a goofball. But this guy, I really like this. I did my eyebrows this morning. I have not touched them up, and it's been like 10 hours, almost. Yeah, more than 10 hours. It's been like 10 hours since I've done my makeup. I redid like my eyeshadow a bit, and I redid my blush a little bit and my lips, but like my eyebrows did not touch those up. And I feel like this lasts. I feel like this actually really lasts on my eyebrows. So I'm really, really enjoying this. I don't know if this product still exists. My only issue is I've like totally broke the packaging and it's like cracked where like this comes out. But the actual product I really like. I do wish this was like a finer type pencil. I don't know if they do have like a micro pencil, but I like this. So guess what? It's going to stay in the project because I want to keep using it. So last month this was 8.35 grams, now 8.33 grams. That's the difference of 0.02 grams. And then the brow mascara that I've been working on is the NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Mascara in Taupe. This I really like as well. I don't want to roll this out, but I am going to roll it out because I'm going to try another product. And if I really dislike using the other product, I'm going to declutter it before the end of the quarter, or just like move it out. Probably declutter it if I don't like it. But yeah, I really like this. I was in the store the other day and the like brow glue, like the one that's like in the white packaging, it's smaller than this, was on sale, and I almost bought it. And I noticed that they do have like a tinted version of that brow glue, but the shade that I would have picked wasn't in store, but they did have the clear one, and I'm like, oh, I almost bought it. And then there's a paranoia part of me that was like, is it gonna just be that like gel feeling stuff that doesn't really stick? Whereas I feel like this really sticks, and I do kind of want to buy this in a different shade as well. This wasn't on sale, so I didn't buy anything. But I'm curious to know if anybody has tried like the brow, I think it's called brow glue, versus this. What do you like better? And what kind of version of the brow glue do you have? Do you have a tinted version or do you have like the clear version? And do you like, I'm asking a lot of questions. I want my brows to stay. I want them to feel, I like a little bit of a crusty brow because I want them to feel like they're going to stay put a little bit better. I feel like this still doesn't quite last as long as I want it to, but it does, and it's not quite as sticky as I want it to be, but it's been so far the best out of everything that I've tried. But yeah, I am going to roll this out and bring in a new product. So last month this was 12.34 grams. It's now 12.18 grams. That's a difference of 0.16 grams. And in total I used 0.39 grams over the last 3 months of this project. And the last item is slowly ticking along, but I think I'm going to really push it now and just use it over the next month. So this, spoiler, this is going to roll into next month, which I've talked about. This has sort of rolled through the whole year because I've slowly been using it. What is it? It's the Soul Body Shimmering Dry Oil in Sangria. And yeah, I've been, again, kind of using this here and there. I'm just going to try and finish this. So hopefully by next update, this will be done. That's kind of the goal. I just want to say, I hope you're really proud of me. I'm really proud of me. I almost bought, there's a summer mystery box, and I was going to buy it from ColourPop, and I was going to maybe buy a couple other things, and I didn't. I put it all in the cart. I was pulling things in, pulling things out to get the free shipping, and then I was like, you know what? I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to buy this right now, and this is too much work, and I'm thinking too hard about it. If it was easy, if I knew I wanted it and I knew I wanted these things and it was easy and I just bought them, it would have been fine. But I was contemplating too much, and I was like humming and hawing and like, do I really want it? Do I not really want it? If they bring the price down, if they put the mystery box on sale, maybe. But I'm okay. I'm okay right now. I don't need to buy anything new from ColourPop right now. So did I give the weights on this? I don't think I did. So last month this was 103.17 grams. It's now 100.63 grams. That's a difference of 2.54 grams. And yeah, this is going to roll into next month. Oh, I totally skipped a product. So the, what's the word I'm looking for? Concealer that I've been working on. And I've actually been kind of using this a little bit like foundation. Sometimes mixing it with this because this is light for me. It's a little too light for me. It is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Light Ivory. It's so close to being done. It's way down in the bottom here. I didn't draw a new line, but I think you can kind of see on the side if the camera decides to focus. So yeah, you can see I'm like way down at the bottom. Again, tempted tempted to kind of just keep going with this, and normally in previous years I would have, but however, in the spirit of rolling things in and out this year, I am going to roll this out, but this highly likely will come back for the last quarter because I wouldn't mind trying to finish this out by the end of this year, and I think I can totally do that. There's not a lot of product left in this, and I don't even think I'll pull the stopper out or anything. It'll just be like when I can't really get any more product out, when I feel like it's done, it'll be done. This is a product that I think I would repurchase. Again, I would maybe consider a different shade. I also want to just try the regular Camo concealer because I don't know what it's like, but I do like the hydrating one. I would say it's like medium coverage because you put it on and it's kind of like, oh, that's thick, but because it's that hydrating, it definitely like has a lot of slip to it and moves around, so you end up getting a bit of sheerness out of it. It's not nearly as like full coverage as you might anticipate when you first sort of dot it on your face. But I like that. I like that it's not too intense. It's not too overpowering. It does have a bit of emollient, but you do need to set it as well. I feel like I can't really get away with not setting it. So now let's introduce the products that I'm going to be using for the next quarter. So it'll be the summer months, so July, August, and September. And yeah, there's going to be some products coming back, like I've already said. So primer and setting spray. These are coming back because I don't really have a lot of setting sprays that I really need to work through. So we're just going to try and finish that up. And again, I've talked about this with the SPF. That's why we're going to use that one. Foundation. So I'm building this guy in, but I feel like this is going to be done. And like, well, I don't know. It's super light. Like I feel like there's barely anything left in this. I'll be surprised if this goes longer than a month. It is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer in Sand. I like this product. The shade is just wrong for me. It's too dark. And this is, I think, the old formula. I think they did reformulate this, but I do like this product. Concealer, I'm going to go with this guy. This is the Covergirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in M20 Warm Beige. I think that you can still buy this. This is maybe not the best shade for me, but it's fine. It works well for me. This is one of my oldest concealers, which is one of the reasons why I'm picking it, and it's like full. Like, I feel like I just didn't, I don't know, it's got lost in the shuffle and I didn't really use it a whole lot. So I don't know if this is one that's going to be like stuck to the side, so I'm not going to see it go down, or hopefully as I start using it, we're going to see some visual, because that means like I have a bunch of products that have like no visual on it. I can't even see through this. I know if I put a light through this I can sort of see through it, but it sticks to the side in like awkward ways, so it's hard to see it. But yeah, that's the concealer that I'm gonna use. The powder I kind of went back and forth on, and I decided on this, and we're gonna see how this goes. This may get pulled out. I want to use it though. I want to try and use it. I don't think I can finish this. This is the Bare Minerals Translucent Powder Duo. A lot of people will recognize this because this was a BoxyCharm OG, like, so from July 2017. I know a ton of people had this. I know a ton of people have panned this. It comes with two powders. One is matte, one is glowy. I will probably just sort of mix the two together. The matte one on mine, I don't know if this will focus or if you can see it, but the matte one on mine is like, which way do I put this? Yeah, there. You can see it there. It's much flatter because I've used the matte one more than the glowy one. It's a testament to, I used to have really oily skin, which it's not nearly as oily. It sometimes has its moments, but it's not really oily now. So we're going to see how this goes. I still will probably use like another powder. So I mixed, if you watch my Shop My Stash, I did mix a little bit of the Nude by Nature powder with the Wet n Wild powder into a separate container. I think I'm just going to keep that out and use it here and there because this is like a different kind of powder. You know what I mean? Like they're just different kinds of powder. So we're going to give that a go and see how it goes, basically. The bronzer. We're doing it, guys. We're going to try and finish this over the next 3 months. This is like the oldest product in my collection. It's the NYC bronzer in Faux Sun. It looks disgusting, I admit it, but it's fine. I like this product. It's got a nice big pan on it. I've had this was in my first project pan in whenever I did my first project pan, I'm pretty sure, in 2019. I don't know if I did a project pan in 2018. Maybe I did. But yeah, we're really going to try and finish this. I think I can do it. I think I can get pretty close. I'm going to maybe try and see how far I get over the next month and then maybe repress it. And then definitely when I repress it, that definitely helps. So blush. Again, I kind of hummed and hawed and I didn't really know which blush to pick. There was another blush that I was going to pick that's a bit older than this one. Actually, there's a couple. 2021 was like the year of the blush for me. All of my blushes are from like 2021. this one included. I just felt like a cream one is probably a good one to go with because again, they're probably going to go bad. And I do like this. This is the Merit Flush Balm Cream Blush in Beverly Hills. It's sort of like a light neutrally pink type color. It looks a bit more peachy in the container, but I feel like when I swatch it, let's do a swatch. I feel like when I swatch it, it tends to look a bit more pink on my skin, or it just pulls more pink on my skin, but it's still pretty neutral. I think this will layer really well with, if you watch my Pan That palette, I have the Jouer Summer Duo, and I think this will layer nicely with that if I feel like layering them up. Or again, just an everyday quick and easy blush. I think this one will work really, really well. And then again, from a highlighting perspective, I was trying to pick one that would be a good everyday one and would be different from the Pan That palette, because I have basically have 4 highlights, well 3, that are really intense highlights in the ABH Sun Dipped Glow Kit. So I wanted to pick something that was maybe a little more subtle. I was going to pick the Essence one, but I put that in Project Pan before, and I didn't really feel like doing that. So I picked this guy. This is the Pretty Vulgar Glimmers of BS highlighter in Shimmering Swan. It's a fairly neutral color, champagne-y type color, and it's fairly like subtle, especially compared to those ABH ones. So, and it's a different shade. Like, it's not pinky, it's not yellowy, it's just a little bit softer. So I feel like it's a good pick to pick compared to the other highlights. It's a good dynamic, because I think if I had something that was too competing with those, it just wouldn't work out, and I would just have all these shiny highlighters that are all the same, and it just wouldn't have worked. So excited to play with this guy, because again, I feel like this is one that I've neglected a little bit in my collection. Eyeliner. So I picked an eyeliner that's not the oldest in my collection. I have a lot of black eyeliner, so that's why I'm focusing on the black ones. I thought about putting another colored one, like bringing another eyeliner in, but I've decided not to. This one's not the oldest, but it's getting sort of like, I want to say gummy feeling. Like it's drying out. It's the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Retractable Gel Eyeliner in Black is Black. I still have a fair amount of product left in this. Like, it's pretty, like there's a fair amount there, but I just feel like it's drying out. Like, I feel like it takes a bit to like get it going, and I feel like some of my other eyeliners are not quite as stiff as this one, so I kind of want to use this. I also do want to use a waterproof one over summer, because that's just my jam. Sweat and water and all that good stuff. Definitely want to use a waterproof one. So that's the eyeliner. Mascara, I talked about this, bringing this in before, and I didn't. We're bringing it in now. It is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara in Black is Black. I don't love this, so we're going to use it for 3 months, and then I think I'm going to let it go. Because I feel like if I don't use it for 3 months, I'm going to feel guilty that I didn't use it enough. But if I use it for the 3 months, it's going to be like the primer. I've done my duty, and we're moving it on out. I feel like this mascara doesn't really do much for me. I don't really like this like super wobbly, flimsy brush. I know some people love this though. Like, some people really love this, and I can get it. I can get why you love it. It's just not my style of mascara. Like I said, I like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I like that really thick. If you're curious, I'm not wearing any of these right now. I'm actually wearing the Essence waterproof Lash Princess waterproof mascara. Again, waterproof. So yeah, so that's what we're doing with that. Brows. So brows, I am bringing this guy back because I like it, and I just didn't want to be bothered. So the other eyebrow pencil I have is the IT Cosmetics one, which I had last quarter, and then the other one is the Winky Lux one that drives me nuts, so I don't want to pull that one. So I want to keep using this one because I like it, and I know, again, it will stay put in the summertime when like it's hotter, I'm sweating, water, all that kind of stuff. I feel like this is reliable, so I want to use it. And then this is the brow product that I've pulled that I might end up decluttering. It might end up becoming like the Sky High. Like, after the 3 months, I might be done with this. This is the Merit, what do they call it specifically? It's the Merit Brow 1980 Volumizing Pomade and Brow. And it's 1980, which I thought was, like, I liked that it's called 1980 because that's the year I was born. And so I was like, oh, this would be really good. And I just was super unimpressed by it. It's also backwards from the way I thought it would be. The pot part is the tiny part. It's like a inkwell style. I just was not super impressed with this, but maybe the more I use it, the more I will like it. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I really hate it, like I said, I'll either just use it for the quarter and then get rid of it, or if I really, really, really hate it, I'm just gonna pull it out early and go back to the next one. Yeah, so there's that guy, and then the last thing is just the body shimmering oil thing from Sol. So yeah, that's it. I feel like it's like small, but it's not. Like, there's a lot. But it's like, oh, that's everything. That's all we're picking. We're not picking anything else, but maybe that's a good thing. I need to kind of keep it simple. Simple is good for me sometimes. Sometimes I get a little too overwhelmed and I pick too much stuff, and then it gets a bit out of hand. So anyway, if you like this video, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.